Hey, you're probably wondering where I've been at for the past couple months, and to tell you the truth, I've been working on my craft. Some might even say that I forgot about y'all, but there's no way that can be true, cause I'm here to stay. So let's run it back. Now, there's a bunch of things that you guys missed on, and I hope I don't forget every detail. So let's go ahead and talk about what happens after the FIBA Asia Cup. Representing the country and ultimately winning it all was the greatest feeling that I ever had. And this is coming from a guy who recently got drafted into the NBA. Now, Kyle Kuzma turned out to be the tournament MVP after representing Gilas Pilipinas, averaging 23.6 points per game, getting 9 boards and around 4 assists. Not only that, Kuz and I were named to the FIBA All-Star 5, capping off the greatest run for Philippine basketball. Now, it didn't take long enough for me to move on from that FIBA Asia Cup championship hangover and travel back to the States, cause now I gotta focus on training camp and the upcoming NBA preseason. But before heading back to Chicago, I had to make a pit stop in Cali to get some runs in for one of the most well-known basketball trainers. And I got scheduled to hoop last minute. Even my Reebok gear from Saudi Arabia hasn't even arrived yet. So I'm not even gonna cap y'all, I had to put on some Nikes for this one. My goal when it comes to these pickups and scrimmages is just be myself, cause a lot of these players that were on the court are either playing overseas or currently in college just trying to work on their game. If I'm being honest with you, I'm pretty jet lagged during that day, but I got myself going after a couple minutes, especially after that 1-3 off of a hezzy and I saw that ball go through the basket. I felt that extra boost of confidence when I'm on my rhythm and pulling up shots when I feel like it. Watching out for an open opportunity for me to take the mid-range, because that's been a part of my game my whole life. And of course, nobody plays perfect. I tried to help off with a double team and I left my man wide open for the 3. Yeah, I can't be giving up those because it's easy to have a comeback for a game to 21. So I called a little play for me to get the ball back and shoot a wide open 3, and that is cash money. And on this final play, they tried to send an extra man to guard me, but I'm a playmaker, so I made that extra pass, who then had a great IQ to make another pass, and that is game. The trainer then gave me some advice, some stuff that I could work on throughout the rest of the summer and even during my rookie season. And one of those things was getting my physicals right. Multiple professional overseas coaches and even collegiate coaches can attest to the fact that NBA teams favor a player being switchable on defense. And even though that I'm 6'4", it'd be preferred that I could guard multiple positions on the court. They also said that getting buckets is cool, but playing defense is what makes you stay in the game, and that stuck with me. You could say I turned out to be a gym rat right after that, cause I had to put in the work ASAP. During the final stretches of the summer, or what they call the NBA offseason, I wanted to focus on 3 things before training camp starts. When it comes down to playing defense, there is a lot of leg work involved. I want to make sure that my lower leg strength can keep up with the best athletes in the world. And if I really wanted to be great, I gotta be dedicated. And I know there'll be days where I don't feel like working, but I still gotta do it anyway. I got a whole country behind my back watching me. That's my motivation every time I wake up. I mean, being the first ever Filipino-born drafted into the NBA comes with a lot of pressure, and I just hope I can make everybody proud in the Philippines. To cap off my time in LA, I met up with Lethal Shooter just to make sure that my jumper was right. He made some small tweaks to my shot, so it's all about muscle memory from here on out. It's pretty cool to see individuals I'm so used to seeing just in the internet, and now for them to train me is such a blessing. So we started off the workout with some warm-up shooting, just getting into my spots and creating off the dribble, getting a feel of the court, the basket, making sure my handles feel right, and getting used to the NBA 3. Then I shifted to my favorite spot on the court, the mid-range. It's been a lost art of shooting, and we know how lethal the midi can be, just ask SGA and DeMar DeRozan. Finally, at the end of the workout, Lethal told me to pick 3 spots at the NBA 3-point line to work on. Both corner threes and the left elbow is going to be pivotal for my development, especially in my rookie season. Low-key, I felt like I was cooked after I missed my first shot, but remember, misses are always part of the game, and it's all about taking that next shot with the same confidence. At the same time, I have to remember the small details that Lethal Shooter was teaching me about when it comes to ball placement, getting my elbows tucked in, being balanced, and holding my follow through, which gave me a pretty good momentum the rest of the way. I even managed to outshoot Lethal himself. I'm just grateful for the opportunity, and hopefully I could work out with him again in the future.
We got some breaking news in the NBA. Josh Giddey and the Chicago Bulls agree on a new deal after months of negotiating. Initially, Josh was looking for a 4-year deal worth $120 million, but instead agreed on a 4-year, $100 million deal to stay with the Bulls.
Chicago is betting on the possible growth of their floor general as he's heading towards his 5th year in the NBA. The Bulls organization continues to stack young talent and build for the future.
The Chicago Bulls 2025 Media Day kicked off in the practice facility. This was the time where players get their portrait for the upcoming season. Now, the first players to get their portraits taken is the starting front court, which includes Chicago's very own Ayo Dosunmu, Lithuanian high flyer Matas Buzelis, who also grew up in Chicago, and former All-Star big man Nikola Vucevic. Next up is the starting backcourt, and I'm just glad Josh Giddey is back with the squad. Along with Kobe White, we could have an underrated duo at the guard position. Now, us rookies have been around each other throughout the whole day, continuing to build that brotherhood with fellow first-rounder Noah Isenge and second-round pick Lachlan Aldridge. But the craziest thing that I seen throughout Media Day was when I saw Markelle Fultz in a Bulls uniform as part of the Exhibit 10 players. It's so humbling to see that a former #1 draft pick back in 2017 is now fighting for a roster spot. Last season, playing minimal minutes for the Sacramento Kings, he had a career low in his statistical average, and now he's looking for another opportunity to be a part of an NBA team. The very next day, the 2025 NBA Preseason is in motion. When training camp started, we spent a lot of time going through the type of system and philosophy that Coach Donovan instilled in this team. Run and gun, make the extra pass, and play for one another. That was the motto throughout training camp, and let's just say Kobe White is setting the tone, leading by example, and when you got a leader like that, it just makes you want to work harder. Coach actually put Josh Giddey on the other squad, and he wants to leave his own stamp in the game, which made the 5v5 run so competitive, and I love that for our team. I mean, it is a tough cover when you got a 6'8" running the point guard position. And what about the kid from Tarlac City? I'm not even gonna lie, I'm taking in as much knowledge as I could, learning on the fly, trying my best not to force anything, and thinking team first. It's very important to be coachable and just continue to grind. And eventually, when the time is right, my opportunity will arrive. I'm just happy to have the privilege of working with one of the rising 2 guards in the league, who I can directly look for advice and guidance from. At the end of training camp, I felt like I did a solid job of showing my potential. In terms of my talent, I'm still pretty raw, but like I said, it's all about that work. Early mornings, late nights in the gym, it's all going to pay off because the base is there. It's just a matter of whether I want it bad enough. Now, this NBA grind that we've been talking about is about to start because our very first preseason game is up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. When you think of the Cavs organization, over 90% of the time it's synonymous to LeBron James and what he had brought to the city. But to begin with, there was a mixture of thrill and hope, and then anger and pain when he left for the Miami Heat. He won 2 NBA championships after forming that big three with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Then in the summer of 2014, he went back to Cleveland and formed another big three and fulfilled his promise of delivering a championship to the city. After a couple of years of rebuilding, the Cavaliers are back at being title contenders, and this time they're led by Donovan Mitchell. They also got a great supporting cast, having all-star caliber players. Their bench mob runs deep, and with the East being wide open this year, due to Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton being out, there's no excuse for the Cavaliers to not be the favorites of winning the 2026 NBA championship. Coming off a disappointing 2025 playoff loss, I'm sure they are motivated to be back and go crazy. With this being my first time playing professionally in an NBA arena is absolutely nerve-wracking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone back home in the Philippines stayed up late or woke up early to watch this game just to see the kid from Tarlac City play basketball. Though it's just a preseason where wins and losses don't count, Donovan Mitchell seems to be on a mission early. It's not a surprise he scored the first couple of baskets in the game, and I have a front row seat to see him go up against Kobe White and finesse our leader. I'm not even gonna lie, he was talking smack too. But he is Spider after all. Yeah, I remember a time where he beat my favorite player Russell Westbrook and PG and Carmelo in a playoff series. Not to mention, he was just a rookie during that time. The Cavs also saw the development of Evan Mobley the past season, and he's been going wild as well, making his first All-Star team. One thing you gotta know about my team though, the Chicago Bulls, is that we play hard. We're gonna put up a fight by any means necessary, which is why Kobe White is taking charge and showing us the way. Watching from the bench, I'm just cheering on my teammates and waiting for my opportunity to be called. The Cavs started pretty hot and we're playing catch up, so they better not take it easy on us, cause with our playstyle we're trying to shoot some threes off the fast break, and Ayo Dosunmu hit one. The number 12 pick of the 2025 NBA draft, Noah Isenge, is making his presence heard with that 3-ball after checking into the game. Just like our time in the summer league, he got into his bag and showed his shot making ability. With around 5 minutes left in the second quarter, I finally got my name called. This was my unofficial debut, and you can say that I got the jitters, but we're trailing by 9 and I gotta make an impact. My first assignment of the night is guarding Donovan Mitchell. This is not going to be fun, bro, cause he went straight to work, called an ISO, and decided to go double cross on me, did a little hop back, then decided to burst to the basket for the easy money lay. On the other end, I decided to take my first shot attempt from the 3-point line and I chucked it. Not only that, getting lost on the defensive end didn't help me either, cause I left Donovan Mitchell wide open right here, and that's an automatic bucket. But hey, I'm Filipino and they say we got a lot of heart, we got this puso, and I'm still gonna try my best guarding him. However, there are times when you play great defense but they got better offense. Yeah, I couldn't catch a break cause right here I had a silly turnover, and bro's so explosive in his 9th NBA season, that lay was so tough. For me, my whole mindset playing this game, I just wanted to go through the offense, play through the motion, and eventually I'll find my rhythm. As the second half starts, the Cavaliers continue to take charge, and Evan Mobley decided to go bully mode. We're trying to execute our plays, but we just couldn't convert, and Donovan Mitchell's hot streak from the first half, that fire is still lit cause he shot this wide open 3 and it was nothing but net. He was definitely feeling himself on that one for sure. Their point guard Darius Garland was quiet this whole time and he decided to go shake and bake on us and made the midi. The lead just keep on getting bigger and bigger and we couldn't buy a bucket because of how physical they play us. That's when coach decided that the starters have to go out. It's time for the bench players to hoop and play the rest of the fourth quarter. I've taken 3 shot attempts in this game and I still got no buckets, and Markel was aware of that. He just told me to keep shooting and be ready when I'm wide open. In the meantime, the former number 1 pick decided to cook Donovan Mitchell. Finally, with around 3 minutes left in the ballgame, Markel called a play for me. He took some time to set it up. In the moment, I was thinking about all the training that I had with Lethal Shooter, and I found myself wide open and I finally made a basket. It was a lopsided win for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this was a great learning curve for me to play a team of that caliber in my first ever NBA game, and we'll see them again back home. When the team arrived Chicago the very next morning, I decided to look at the stats of the other rookies from my draft class. The first player that I looked up was the broski Dylan Harper, playing for the San Antonio Spurs and with an alien named Victor Wembanyama. He had 18 minutes of action and he didn't drop the craziest stats, but he had 9 points, 3 assists, and efficient shooting. Next up, I went ahead and checked out his former college teammate Ace Bailey, and let's just say out in Utah, he's looking like a seasoned veteran while playing against Kevin Durant. Yeah, he was looking real comfortable out there, dropping 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. All of that while shooting 11 for 16 from the field. The Jazz got a good one. Now finally, I had to check the #1 draft pick in my draft class, Cooper Flagg. In his first preseason game, Dallas head coach Jason Kidd put him at the point guard position. They just lost a great PG in Luka Doncic, and so they're trying to fill in the void by experimenting with Flagg at the point. It's not his natural position, but I guess it could help him when it comes to decision making. Moving forward, it can be beneficial as the Dallas Mavericks are looking at Flagg as the next star of the franchise. With that being said, in his first preseason game, he dropped 10 points while grabbing 6 rebounds and also 3 assists, shooting 50% from the field. Watching the other rookies only motivated me for my next preseason game. And as we get ready for another matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers back home in Chicago, Bulls head coach Billy Donovan mentioned that everyone's minutes could change depending on how the game flows. We just gotta do a better job at our defensive coverages. But during game day, it seems that the Cavaliers won't be running the same rotations as Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley will be sitting this one out. Low-key for me though, I was looking for another opportunity to match up against Donovan Mitchell, but I guess it's going to be takeover time for Kobe White as he hit the top of the key 3 over Sam Merrill. He's looking to bounce back and get us a W. After this missed 3 by the Cavaliers, we are off to the races and Kobe White decided to take it to the basket for this easy money lay. The whole squad found early momentum and we were on a roll after this Josh Giddey assist to Nikola Vucevic. There's something about being a veteran playing for a young squad, and Big Vooch is looking like his Orlando Magic version of himself. There's also no denying Josh Giddey cause Darius Garland is hella short. This is a matchup nightmare. The Cavaliers then called a timeout because we were on a run. This was when former Chicago Bulls guard Lonzo Ball has checked in the game. He immediately made an impact playmaking, dishing out an alley-oop to Larry Nance Jr. However, without their top dog in Donovan Mitchell, we are going berserk on the Cavaliers. Kobe White continues to take charge, being shifty with the basketball and shot this 3, and that is a bucket. Meanwhile, Josh Giddey's passing was also super tough on this one, and he found Matas Buzelis for the and one. I didn't get to play in the first half, but the whole squad is holding it down, having a 3-point lead heading into the third quarter. Now, I did get subbed in around the 7-minute mark in the third, and I'm just going through the motion of the offense, focusing on my spot on the court, just being a team player overall, because a lot of these things are still new to me. Cavaliers small forward DeAndre Hunter was aware that I was just a rookie. He shot a 3 right at my grill and even celebrated in front of me. From that point on, I knew I had to return the favor on the other end. With him guarding me, Broski must not know that in the Philippines, talking smack in basketball comes natural to us. Yeah, I made sure to let him know that there's no way I'm backing down. A couple possessions later, after another missed 3 by the Cavaliers, I'm out on the break, and guess who's in front of me? I hit him with a quick cross, spin move, then took a tough, easy money lay. All of my 6 points came in the third quarter alone, and even though I didn't make a 3-point basket, I felt much more comfortable in preseason game number 2. The player of the game though is none other than Josh Giddey, finishing with a triple-double. And the final score of the ball game is 109-101. Chicago takes this W. Now we are on our third preseason game. And for this one, we're going up against a familiar face, a former teammate that I just hooped with a month ago in Gilas, Pilipinas. Somebody that I consider my brother after winning the FIBA Asia Cup championship. Yeah, this is more than just a preseason game. I have this schedule circled on my calendar because I'm about to play against Kuzma. This won't be a walk in the park though, because Milwaukee Bucks got a new look squad. Everybody's been wondering whether their superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to stay in the long run, or would he request to be traded to a contender. In the end of the day, it doesn't matter for this game because he is still in Milwaukee. They'll always like their chances when they got the former 2021 champion in their squad. Guess what? When the game started, Doc Rivers wasted no time to put Giannis at the post. Regardless of how talented you can be, guarding Giannis when he's looking to score in the paint is a tough cover. He even tried to posterize Matas Buzelis early in the game, and I'm glad he missed that because that would have been on ESPN the whole day. Kuzma didn't waste no time getting on the board after leaving him wide open for the long deuce. And fresh off an NBA Finals appearance, Miles Turner, their newly acquired center, is looking to help Giannis not only defensively but also with his perimeter shooting. No cap though, during the entirety of the first quarter, Giannis was looking like a one-man army. He was dismantling our defense, and we have zero answers against the Greek Freak. This went on all the way till the second quarter, and let's just say Giannis Antetokounmpo is all the way turned up. Coach Billy Donovan decided to switch it up early in the second quarter, bringing out Markelle Fultz along with Noah Isenge as the Bucks are up by 13. Markelle Fultz immediately called the ball at the post, playing in front of Taurean Prince, and decided to take his favorite mid-range. Then minutes later decided to go solo dolo against Miles Turner, a great defensive big man. That lefty lay was super tough, but it wasn't enough to push the momentum forward, cause Ryan Rollins is looking to make a statement and potentially have a breakout season as well. The Bucks maintained their lead and we're playing catch up yet again. Josh Giddey is doing whatever he can to keep this team afloat. I even got my number called with less than a minute left into the second quarter. With the confidence that I built the previous game, I felt more comfortable initiating the offense, and it didn't matter if Gary Trent Jr. or Jericho Sims tried to defend me. Not only that, I was super locked in during Milwaukee's final possession in the first half. I managed to get a good contest in this AJ Green 3, and I'm glad he missed it. After the break, I continued playing early in the third quarter, and let's just say I had some built-in confidence and I'm looking to put on a show. Especially when Kuzma checked into the ball game and he was guarding me. I just knew I had to shoot over Broski, and I had to remind him that I'm a bucket getter. The only catch was that there are levels to this game, and with him being the veteran, his game was obviously more polished, and low-key I might have woken up Kuzmania. With around 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter and their lead cut down to single digits, Kuz decided to take over the ball game, and he was on one. I mean, I saw this before in the FIBA Asia Cup, but for him to be doing it right here in front of me in the NBA is tough. I wasn't slacking on defense too, cause believe me, I was trying my hardest to contest this man, and the ball just kept going into the basket. Yeah, I know within myself we're just two former teammates having fun, being competitive. Yeah, it's cool. He might have got me in this game. He scored 25 points, grabbing 5 boards and 4 assists while making me look silly guarding him. One thing's for sure though, he knows I'm a dog, and for the first time in the preseason, I finally hit double digits in scoring. But it wasn't enough to beat the Milwaukee Bucks cause Giannis Antetokounmpo was just too much in the first half, and that Kuzma takeover in the fourth was just icing on the cake. There was no love lost between the best Gilas duo ever, and we even swapped jerseys after the game. That same night we had to travel out west cause we're going up against Denver next. I was really hoping to see Russell Westbrook in this ball game, but unfortunately, he's no longer part of the Nuggets organization, and they made some other moves to sort of improve the roster, but to not bring back the man who won them some playoff series is crazy work. For this ball game, by the way, both teams decided to sit out majority of their starters, which means my minutes will be elevated and I'll be ready whenever my number is called. The Nuggets organization are definitely happy to have Bruce Brown back in the squad. Then you have two other players elite at their role in Cam Johnson and Tim Hardaway Jr. Bruce was holding it down for Denver with him being a key piece back in that 2023 championship. That's why he's familiar with the basket and the fans love him. They're looking for the same spark that he brought to the team. The I'll do everything for the squad to win type of mentality. For us on the other end, this was a perfect opportunity for the Exhibit 10s to really fight for a roster spot. We're not only talking about the stuffs that you see on a stat sheet, but also how you are as a teammate. Right now though, we gotta put out this Bruce Brown fire, cause they're starting to get some momentum and the energy in the arena is going wild even though it's just preseason. That's when Coach Billy Donovan put me in the game during the first quarter where the Denver Nuggets are up by 6. Building off of a summer league chemistry with Yuki Kawamura, he knew I had to get it going. Coach also gave me the green light to be myself, and I wasted no time scoring on Tim Hardaway Jr. Meanwhile, Yuki brought the same fun, fast-paced type of energy that he always has, finding Jalen Smith for the alley-oop. I then had the opportunity to guard Bruce Brown, and let me just say his handles are underrated, hitting me with a double cross as he slashed to the paint for the easy money lay. Markelle went back on the other end with him guarding him at the post. Yeah, I already knew where Fultz was going, which is his favorite mid-range shot. This might be the best game Fultz has had in quite a while. This could either make or break his opportunity to play in the NBA, so he's giving everything that he's got to secure us a W. The Denver Nuggets have lost their momentum the rest of the ball game cause we were on an absolute run. I had back-to-back double-digit scoring cause for this ball game I scored 15 points while shooting 5 for 9 from the field. The player that really led us to victory is Markelle Fultz cause he scored 20 points dishing out 9 assists and showed us why he was once the #1 draft pick and why he deserves to be in an NBA roster. The final score of the ball game is Chicago taking the win at 119-106. Yeah, I'm heading to my final preseason game back home in Chicago against another familiar player. Back in July of 2025, I faced Terrence Shannon Jr. and the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're the ones responsible for Chicago getting eliminated in the Summer League tournament. When I found out Anthony Edwards and the rest of the starting 5 of Minnesota was gonna take a rest, yeah, I knew he was going to start for sure. With this being the last preseason game, Coach Billy Donovan informed me that I'd have the opportunity to start, along with Noah Esenge, and the whole coaching staff are looking to see how we'd perform with the added minutes and responsibilities to lead the team. Y'all might have guessed it, I'll be matching up against Terrence Shannon Jr. yet again. Yeah, I'm hoping this time it'd be a different outcome. There must be something about playing against Chicago cause Terrence Shannon Jr. hasn't lost a step, creating a shot right over me immediately. Yeah, I was thinking of getting my get back, but I decided to throw the alley-oop to Matas Buzelis instead. Terrence Shannon Jr. continued on attacking me, putting me on isolation. I thought I guarded him pretty well right here, but he hung in the air and hit that tough floater. Minnesota's top player off the bench, Dante DiVincenzo, was also pouring it on. He had his own personal shooting clinic, taking advantage of his height over Trey Jones, and this midi was an automatic bucket. 5 minutes into the first quarter, I finally made my first basket after I spun and hit this Kobe fadeaway. I then decided to go on an isolation mode against Terrence, but he guarded me pretty well in this possession. We played pretty mid throughout the first half, and we allowed Minnesota to have a 12-point cushion. If there's any chance of winning this ball game, we gotta have a sense of urgency right now. Yeah, I tried to put matters in my own hands, taking control of the third quarter, but Terrence Shannon Jr. just had my number, cause every time I got the basketball and he's right there in front of me, he always manages to get a defensive stop. And that spark defensively can carry on in his offensive momentum. Dalen Terry tried to take a charge, but it was no use to his athletic ability, and he made that tough lay. Rob Dillingham's presence off the bench just added some extra firepower to their squad. His shiftiness needs to be studied cause Markelle just lost him. It's all good though, he made it up on the other end after throwing that alley-oop to JT Thor. And the scores are starting to become neck and neck. This carried on throughout the whole third, and early in the fourth, every time we get a defensive stop, coach always emphasized that we gotta go and run, and Markelle found JT Thor again for the easy slam. I was then subbed into the game for the final minutes of the fourth quarter. And yet again, I tried to carry the load offensively and forced another shot. It's one thing to miss a basket to help your team, but it's another thing to be on the other side of the court and leave your man wide open for the three, and that's exactly what I did. Despite that, Markelle Fultz still had full belief in me, so when the Timberwolves finally left me wide open, I cashed in my first three of the ball game. I even had the opportunity to send us to overtime after pulling up for this midi, and now the scores are tied at 106. But it was taken away by none other than Terrence Shannon Jr. I made sure to try my best to make it tough for him, but man, he was just too fast, too shifty, and he had this easy money lay. With around 17 seconds left in the game clock, I'm not even gonna lie, I was thinking of either calling a play to set somebody up for a better shot, but I decided to call my own number. Most times I'm comfortable taking the last second shot, but for this one I wasn't comfortable at all, and that only meant that I still got a long way to go. Wins or losses didn't matter, but it sucked to lose again against Minnesota. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself and my teammates during these 5 games, and I just can't wait for the regular season to start.
Welcome to the opening night of the 2026 NBA season.
I'm in the big leagues, told him don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding a road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So